Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Hope you all are doing great. Friends, today I'm going to talk about a special AWS service which is RDS Custom. And why RDS Custom? I'll just give you a brief on that. So recently I was working on one of the large scale migration on Oracle database, which is large size database, and we were using Oracle RDS on the target. Everything was good, like configuration was done. We started with the migration, and that's when we faced one issue, which is internal errors during Oracle data pump import. Right. So we went back and started to find out the solution for it, worked with Oracle support and identified that as a Oracle bug, and we need to apply one-off patch for it. And that's when things started to go south. So Oracle RDS, as it's a complete managed service, it doesn't give you the option to apply one-off patches. And for us, applying bug was the only solution. So that is the caveat when you go with the complete managed service like Oracle RDS, where you don't have access to the server, you don't have an option to apply one-off patches, and you are stuck almost. You need to work around the workarounds, but like workaround was not feasible in this case. So only option was to apply patch. And then we started looking in another Oracle on AWS service, which is RDS Custom. And that's when I want to show you what is RDS Custom in the first place. So I'll not go into the details of what is the difference between RDS and RDS Custom. If you want to learn more on that, I can give the link of the documentation. I'll just specify few key differences there. One of the key differences in Oracle RDS and Oracle RDS Custom is Custom gives you an option to have access to your underlying EC2 server where your database is running. So it's almost like an experience what we used to get in on-premises. You can connect to the server, you can see the database is running there, and you can do few activities which you cannot do on Oracle RDS. And one of them for us, which was critical, is applying one-off patches. But how to apply one-off patches to RDS Custom? And that is what today's tutorial is. I'm going to go into hands-on where I'll share how to get your one-off patch applied, how to provision the binaries. There is a concept called custom engine version. What is that? How you can use custom engine version to create RDS database. All this we are going to unravel in this today's tutorial. So please stay tuned and watch till the end and let me know how you like this tutorial or any comments whatsoever. Thank you. Let's get started. Before we go into management console and start creating stuff ourselves, let's see basically what you need to create CEV in the first place. So this is a documentation from AWS. I'll put the link in the description so you can refer to the same. Right. So like we'll go with 19C because CDB is only supported for 19C as of now. So let's go with 19C. Then you look at the manifest template for creating CV. I'll show you what is the template and how it looks like. Then download the software, put those softwares in S3, then prepare your CV manifest and you give pointers to that binary files. Then you add the necessary permission and create CV. So now I'll just toggle between these two screens. One is like management console and the documentation so that we can see it ourselves when we are doing it. So let's go to RDS. Click on CV, custom engine version on the left side. Create custom engine version. You go with Oracle, and there is Oracle and SQL Server, only two options in RDS Custom. You should note this. Then I'll go with default. We want to do CDB, Oracle 19C, and then give some name. I'll go and give this name, my CEV. And it by default takes major version as a prefix. So just give whatever you're having it in the binaries. 19C RU patch, say July 2024 bug fix. Whatever you want to give, just give descriptions. That is easy for you to like see when what is included. So here you need to give location from the for the S3 bucket. So let me show you S3 bucket. So this is S3 bucket where I put all the binaries. So what are those binaries? I'll show you when I look at the manifest file. So this is like S3 bucket, you put it there. then go back and you say, okay, browse. I want to do it in AWS Learn by doing S3 bucket. This is DB software, which I just showed you. Choose that. That's it. Okay, now this is the important step, right? Because you are creating a manifest file, and this is the most important aspect of creating CVs. So you need to specify what files you want AWS RDS to create CV using. So these are all the files. So you can give Oracle binaries or base database software 19C. You can give OPatch like a zip file. You can give RU patches. In case of this tutorial, we'll use July 2024, and then you can use Oracle patch files. Like for example, if you have a bug fix to apply, and all these are not mandatory as such. But I'll show you what is mandatory and what is like custom. You can even custom which Oracle user it should use to own this software on the server, right? So that is customizable, and I recommend to do that. In real world, you should use like some certain user to own these binaries. For example, Oracle user. What is your Oracle base? That determines your Oracle home. So all this you can do, which is a customizable thing, but it is not mandatory. I'll show you. So this is a template. You can download this template, copy it to editor, and then start putting names of the files. So you just need names, because S3 you already specified where the software is residing. So you now just need names. So this is template which I prepared. So like you will specify the like a database software, as I said, then OPatch zip file, then RU patches, whatever you want to apply, then one off patch if you want to apply. If you don't want to apply, just remove this or keep it blank, doesn't matter, right? And installation parameter is what I was referring to. I want to customize it to use Unix user Oracle, create group DBA, put this user in the DBA group, and that's how you will install it. You're an Oracle base, I want to customize. If you don't customize it, what happens? Nothing happens, but it uses RDS. I think it uses RDS admin as a user. Then it's create like a RDS admin or binary folder or directory on the server and put all your binaries there. So if you don't want to use Oracle base, which is customizable, then you can use the default one. Don't bother to put installation parameters separately. Okay, so with this, let me copy this guy, go back to CV, place it here. Okay, so that's it. Once you have done that, go to KMS section. So KMS key is a mandatory thing when you are using RDS custom or creating CV. In case of RDS, we can use RDS manage or AWS manage keys, but that is not the case in RDS custom. And these are the nitty-gritties I want to show. That's the reason I'm doing it in front of you. So you will go and create a custom key. So for example, I'll just say create key, go next, specify alias, whatever name you want to give, KMS key for custom RDS, for example. Then give some description, go next. If you want to have a key administrator, you can do that. Key owners, you can do that. Just go next and click on finish. Once you do that, it will create a key for you. So for me, I already created a key. So I'll go ahead and then put that ARN. So key is created. So like you just copy ARN and put it here for your key. And once you have done that, that's it. You don't need to do anything more than this. AMI ID, it's optional, but I'm not doing it. But you can specify which AMI you want RDS custom to use. So yeah, so I'll just create click on create custom, but I want to be sure that like we are covering the ground. So let me go to prepare CV. Okay, so we downloaded the software, we put it in S3, we prepare our manifest file, then now just add necessary permissions. So one of like I'll just quickly go to this. Right? Yeah, you can go and look at all the permissions what you need. I am an administrator, so you at least need administrator or you need RDS full access. Those two policies you need to do. I am administrator on this account, so I don't need to worry about like putting RDS full access and access to like one thing is access to S3 bucket, access to KMS, all these things you need to do upfront. But in my case, I am administrator, so I don't need to worry about that. But at the same time, I need to give RDS custom service to access this S3 bucket. And how you will do that is you will go and create a S3 bucket policy, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's go into preparing CEV. So just a recap quickly, there are different like options you have, and one of the optional I'll just go in the beginning and show you this. Okay, so we saw this, right? So this is a manifest file. I'm just quickly going through this so that we together go through this, right? So there is no confusion. Then upload it to S3 bucket, and it shows how to upload and all that. You don't need to worry about that. Then this is make sure that your S3 bucket policy has the correct permission. So this is what I was referring to. Custom.rds Amazon AWS.Oracle. This is a service which is a principal, and it should have access to your S3 bucket to pull binaries, obviously. So that is what this is referring to. So I have the S3 bucket prepared. Yeah, I already okay. Is it here? Okay, so it is the S3 bucket policy. Sorry for that. So you can see that like this is a location, or this is a resource I'm giving access to RDS custom, and this get object and get object tag me, and it is there in the documentation. I just copied that and then prepared it, customized it for my purpose. So if I go to S3, go to your permissions. I don't have a public access open, so I blocked it, but still I had added this custom policy or bucket policy. So you just add something similar, and that should be it. Go back. Now we covered all the grounds. Like you can add tag if required, but I don't bother to do it for tutorial. And this is the important thing. Custom engine versions typically reach active status about 2 hours after creation. So it takes time, at least 2 to 3 hours to create custom engine version. So make sure you plan accordingly. So let me create custom engine version. Okay, so invalid parameter values. I don't know why it is. Creation failed for the custom engine version. The following files from the CEV manifest are missing from the S3 bucket. Okay, so this file is not there. Let me make sure. And that is beauty, like when we do it together, right? Like these things we uncover, and that is like how we'll do it in the actual scenarios as well. Okay. Upload. Oh, this was quick. Let's go back, and I'll click on create custom engine version. I don't know, it says invalid parameter. Okay, right, yeah, because this parameter was invalid because this file you didn't find it there. So let's create version again. Okay, great. So it's creating our CEV. You can see that I have created it, the one earlier. I'll just, like, while we are waiting for this CEV to be created, right, I'll just show you what all you will see once you create the CEV. So configuration, you can see like, oh, this was like what you call like a base directory, which is RDS DB bin, and the same Oracle home, it takes Oracle base and then creates Oracle home on top of that, and then RDS DB on. I did everything default. When I created this, I did everything default, but when we created it just a few minutes back, right, we customize it better way. Like we want Oracle user to be Oracle installation owner, right? So those things we customize it, and you can see it when we create like our CEV completed. So okay, so that's it. I just want to show you this, and then manifest file, you can see it here. I didn't really bother to give much. I just given base version, and that should be okay. But in current CEV, we are like more creative, right? We gave all lot of things, RU patches, O patch, then whatnot, right? Like one-off patch, and that is what the intention of showing you this tutorial, so you can do all this yourself when you are creating CEV. Okay, so this is like running. As I said, it will take 2 hours or more, so let's wait for it, and once done we'll come back and then proceed with creating RDS instance. So stay tuned. I'll just stop for the moment and come back when it's ready. Okay, so it's been more than 2.5 hours, and now few things you should pay attention to. Oracle user. We specified Oracle. We specified Oracle home. We specified a group name. So whatever was this customization was done, it is seen here when KMS key is what we provided. So, and then if you go into manifest, you can see manifest template or manifest file we have given for creation of this CEV. And other thing you can look at is this AMI. Just click on this and go and see what AMI it uses by default. So by default, this is the AMI AWS RDS Custom uses as of today, and it can change, right? In future, you can see Oracle Linux 8 is being used. Few months back, I remember it was 7, but now I do see that Oracle Linux 8 is being used. So this is a AMI. Okay, so this is good, and you can see it is an available status, and once it is in available, you can go ahead and start using this particular CEV for creating our database instance. And other thing you should look at is the events. If you go into the events, so there are few steps, you can see it yourself: preparing to create CEV, then creating CEV, then validating it, and then once validation is done, it says okay, it's completed. So if you see the timestamp, 8:57 is started local time up to 11:31, so it's like around 2.5 hours. So we'll go ahead and create database, Oracle database, then Amazon RDS Custom. Then you can see that CEV engine is selected, my CEV, CVE. I made some spelling mistake look like, but it's my CEV, it should be. And then choose Dev for our demo. But depending on your situation, you can choose either of this. For me, it's demo. Auto generate password, I don't want to care about the password at the moment. Okay, just choose bus table as well. Okay, 2 CPU, 4 GB should be good enough for our purpose. So I think that's it. The most important step I wanted to show you is how to use CEV when you are creating RDS custom. And one other thing you should note is you cannot put your credentials in secrets manager. So managing your credentials in AWS secrets manager is not supported. If you are been using RDS for some time, you know that you can put your credentials in secrets manager, and that makes it a little bit secure. But in this case, you cannot do that, right? So just understand it, it has to be self-managed. So okay, that's it. And I don't know whether I have everything set up for subnet groups and all that, but let me just go ahead anyway, right? I'll just go ahead and create database. And additional steps, you can choose system SID. Usually RDS CDB is the default one. It comes with one initial database, which is ORCL. Option group, you can choose it, or even you can modify it later. By default, backup is 7 days retention, and you cannot disable backup in RDS custom. So that is the difference between RDS custom and RDS. RDS you can disable it, but RDS custom you cannot disable backup. So it has to be enabled always. Okay, and deletion protection the same what we get in RDS, so don't need to worry much about that. So let me click create and see how it goes. Yeah, so the prefix AWS RDS custom is required for custom instance profile and it's associated with IAM role. So the way I would create this, right, I will use CloudFormation template which AWS provides. So it just saying template it is using for creating this particular IAM profile. So yeah, this is good. So let's see what are the next steps. So we downloaded it, we extracted this. I just showed you what this JSON file is. VPC we don't need to bother. Configure IAM for RDS custom for Oracle. using cloud. You can manually create as well. It gives all the commands like how you need to do it manually, but like CloudFormation will make it easy for us. So let's see whether we can do it through CloudFormation. CloudFormation. Just let's go and create stack. Upload a template file. Choose file. Open. Okay. Then next. So it took the template from S3, which is like AWS provided template. So we don't need to do anything here. Just do next. Give the stack name. And I'm literally following instructions are given in the document. So just follow that. Do next. It's optional IAM role. I'll just keep it as is. Acknowledge. Next. That's it. Just review it and then submit. CloudFormation stack is ready, and we can go into resources and see what it all created. It created IAM role and instance profile, and you can see it starts with AWS RDS Custom. Let's create custom VPC for RDS Custom database instance. We already have created custom IAM profile. Exact similar way we can create custom VPC. So just download custom VPC JSON, give that custom VPC JSON file in CloudFormation template when you create stack. Next, you can just give stack name, and this has to be private subnet. There are a few parameters which required for setting up custom VPC. So parameters are private subnets, private VPC, and then route table. So these are the parameters which we need for creating custom VPC. So it's just a customizing VPC. It's creating like whatever VPC endpoints it needs to create, so that whatever dependent services, for example SSM agent, or there might be KMS. So these services, it creates VPC endpoint and it set up a connectivity as such. Go next, keep everything default. Next, review and create or submit the stack. So okay, the stack is submitted. Let's wait for the stack to get completed. Once this is done, we'll proceed with instance creation. So far we created custom. Okay, so custom VPC is created. Now you can see the stack is create complete, and you can go and look at all the resources what it creates. For example, it creates DB subnet group, RDS custom private. It creates few VPC endpoint for EC2 messages, events, whatnot, right? Like even the SSM agent, S3, or you can see it in resources. Spend time, just go through it so that you can understand what this stack creates. It creates more resources than what we have seen for IAM profile, but just spend time on this. Okay, with this, let's see whether we can go ahead and create a database instance itself. So just a quick recap before we get into DB instance creation. We provision software in S3 bucket. We created CEV using that. We created custom IAM profile using CloudFormation stack. We created VPC, or we customized the VPC for RDS custom, and that is using CloudFormation again. So these are the main things we have done. So let's go ahead and create instance. Okay, so I clicked on create database. I choose Oracle engine, then Amazon RDS custom. By default it chooses CDB. Keep it as is because we have created CEV like with this architecture. Get CEV name, create dev test, keep everything as is. Auto generate password, I don't mind whatever password it gives, so that's okay. Then you can use burstable instance class just to keep it a little cheap when we are trying it out ourselves. So storage, minimum storage 40, good, this is like already selected. Then VPC, so this is important. So subnet group, choose the subnet group what RDS custom private. I think this is a subnet group with CloudFormation created. Let me double check. RDS custom private, perfect. Okay, so RDS custom private, no, we want this to be in without public access. Then VPC security group. I don't know whether it created security group for us. Let me just create like check it real quick. No, it didn't. Okay, so let it be. Okay, so I'll choose default security group, easy, no preference, let it create wherever it is creating. Then instance profile, here we have already created instance profile, so we can choose that. Then KMS key we have created when we created CEV, so just choose the same one. That's it, and create database. So create database in progress. This is going to take time. So let me again pause this and come back. And this is almost the last step, right? Once instance is created, we should be good. And I want to show, like, when you create RDS custom instance, it creates the EC2 as well. And we'll see whether we can connect to the EC2 and see database running on the server itself. And that is the idea behind using RDS custom. Get access to underlying EC2, right? Okay, so I'll pause this video and come back when we are ready. Great. So database is created now. You can see successfully created database, and we have our RDS custom database ready. Isn't it great? And you can see the status is backing up. Even though status is backing up, we should be good to connect to the database and start using it. So first, as we created this database, we want to review like configuration of it. For sure, a few things you should make sure. For example, CDB, right? This is like architecture which is multi-tenant. Then it is custom database. You can see the role of the database. Then class, what we have chosen. This is like a database identifier which we provided, and it was default. You can definitely change it when you create the database. After creating the database, I doubt like we can change it. But anyway, like we chose whatever default. Then the other thing which we did is like VPC security group, which we chose default again. But you can modify and change VPC security group, or you can add like rules to the existing one, this one. Okay, then you can look at the endpoint. This is the endpoint, and this is a port which is used by Oracle. 1521 is again Oracle default port, and this is customizable. Like you can change it based on your requirement. And one important thing, right, when you have RDS custom, you have it for a reason, and one of the biggest reason is get access to the underlying EC2. Once you create your RDS custom, there will be one EC2 instance created, and you can see it in your EC2 instance portal that one instance is running, which got created as part of a database creation. And this is a default name it will come up with, DB and some number alphanumeric, right? And then that is how it is. And you can see the T3 medium, whatever we chose, it decided to create EC2 instance with that instance. Yeah, that's it. So I think like we are good. We have RDS database created, RDS database custom RDS created. We have EC2 created. We now know the fact that once you create RDS custom, we get EC2 instance as well. Let me see whether I can connect. Let me see if I can connect with the session manager, because we have that SSM agent running on this, and that is how the automation works. Great. By default, it uses SSM user to connect. Then you can sudo to Oracle, and this is the customization we did. This was the Oracle user which we use, ID Oracle. You can see that DBA group it created. So whatever parameters we have provided during our CEV creation, it honored that. That is good. And then if you see home, so you can see that like installation is under this. This is good. And let's see fun stuff. Great. You can see that like database is running RDS CDB, and this is container database. If I do SQL as CDB, I should be able to get into the database. That's great. Okay guys, so I think like you learned something new on this. I really enjoyed putting this tutorial together. It is a lot of work, a lot of steps what we need to do, but definitely if you want to try it on yourself, please do that. Whatever your comments, put it in the comment section. Let me know how you like it, you don't like it, you want me to do something different, please let me know. But this is definitely a good tutorial for you to refer to. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.